Lou, in order to protect a child, you have to think like a child, and that means getting down on your hands and knees and seeing what they see. Things like this coin, which could be a choking hazard, or this electrical outlet, which needs childproofing. These are just some of the things you have to do to keep your kids safe at home.
What would you like for lunch?
Erica found her 7,000 square foot home a real challenge. In addition to 3-year-olds, she has 17-month-old twins. Although the age difference presents two different sets of problems, she was determined to make her home as safe as possible.
I think the biggest thing is when we moved into this house was having 3 children, I needed to have some freedom. The baby proofing helped me feel safer.
Several hazards that you need to look out for are falls, choking, drowning hazards is another big one in the home.
Michelle Spar is a mother of 3 and has one on the way, and founder of Safe Start Baby, one of the leading online resources for baby-proofing your home.
The philosophy should look at the home and then decide how they want to move forward, whether it be to baby-proof the entire home or maybe it's to section off and make a safe area for the child.
Each room comes with a particular set of problems. Take the kitchen, for instance. You have the threat of poisonings, scaldings, and you want to make sure that your appliances are anchored to the wall so they can't fall on kids. You also want to keep locks on the doors. Make sure the kids can't open it and create a jungle gym out of them. And these stove guards do a great job of keeping little hands away from the pilots. And finally, you want to make sure to lock those bottom cabinets. Here she uses a Magna-lock, which requires a magnetic key to open.
Gates are essential, and there's several different types. You can use a gate to section off an area of a room that might be the safe area for your child. There's also pressure gates and temporary gates. Here we have a hardware-mounted gate, which you can see opens and closes just like a regular gate without having to lift the entire gate up. We used a mounting bracket here so we can protect the banister and we don't have to drill into it. Make sure that anytime you use a gate at the top of the stairs that it is hardware mounted into the wall.
But childproofing is not without pitfalls.
My son does talk about the gates, being like keeping him in jail. And I do say, no, baby, it's to help you be safe.
Michelle, I have a son, so I'm always worried about the bathroom. What are some of the things we can do in here?
The first thing you want to do is turn your water heater down to 120 degrees. This will help prevent scalding. Also make sure that you have bath mats to prevent slipping. You can see here that we have a spout cover, so if your child were to fall forward, it does give a padded landing. You also want to consider using toilet locks. Toilets are a drowning hazard, and the toilet locks are very easy to install.
But one of the things that Michelle's company pointed out to me that I hadn't thought about was putting these suction cups, I guess, on the windows, and they prevent the windows from coming up too far or going down too far. The pad around the table, it's I guess a metal and glass table. When you have 3 kids running around and chasing the dog, things are gonna happen, and having that pad there has helped.
Installing protections are great, but the children are a big part of the equation as well.
Well, you want to start baby proofing at an early age. This teaches the child to respect those boundaries. If you bring them the child proofing products in at a later age, they're going to try to challenge those boundaries. So teach the child at an early age to respect the gates that you have up and the baby proofing products that you've installed.